There are barriers to cleaning up the environment. Who is responsible for the cleanup? Who will do it? How will they do it safely? And where will the funds come from? How can we become more environmentally responsible without destroying or deterring industry development in Canada and around the world? In designing this global plan, it was noted that it would require an astronomically large amount of money, which would be a significant barrier in itself. The sheer size of this proposed plan will require partnerships between governments, corporations, businesses, and the private sector to support one another to build our world sustainable for all. The reason for having a partnership with governments is that profit, greed, cost-cutting, and jobs will always influence the private and for-profit sector. For example, our Canadian government has all the departments to enable us to get this plan up and moving, and Mother Earth does not have the time for us to start from scratch. We need to mobilize and start building our new Earth. So the government departments to coordinate with the TGDI and 7gens are the Ministry of Aboriginal Affairs, the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of College and Universities, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Natural Resources, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Transportation, Ministry of Environmental Waste Disposal, Ministry of Wastewater System, the Management of Hazardous Waste and Hazardous Recyclable Material, the Canadian Environmental Protection Act, and the Hazardous Waste and Hazardous Recycled Materials. Any department that will deal with IEIR programming. Local cities, towns, garbage collections and recycle programs, local and provincial recycle programs already out there, i.e. Green for Life. Any business or program that's already doing this cleanup, how can our finances enhance what they are already doing? How can we adapt what we are doing currently and match to where we're moving towards? Provide a wage for the level of risk they are taking to clean up our environment. We need to change the lens in how we look at things and how we look at garbage of all kinds. We need to stop thinking it's impossible and realize that the faster we take responsibility and admit that we need to act now on cleaning up our environment, the better chance of humanity surviving this tsunami coming from global warming. Stop looking at someone to start the process because it's not happening, and stop thinking garbage is gross and something to be avoided. It is inevitable, and we need to be responsible for it. Changing the focus, being responsible for our next generations. Realize that everyone on Earth is responsible for the garbage being collected, but they are also the solution. Expand the garbage recycle compost program and do greater sorting at the source. All plastic should be sorted. There should be no plastic put in the earth, period. And label all carcinogenic causing and hormone altering plastics as an environmental toxin requiring immediate removal and proper storage. Sort according to how it can be broken down and safely made into another product, from our hardest plastic to our soft plastics such as saran wrap and plastic bag. Design a plan that enables everyone to have easy access to dumping their recycle. The more we sort at the source of the garbage, the less we must do at the sorting plants. Sort all metals, tins, wood, etc. to be processed down to be stored in containers above ground or broken down in a form for resale, easy transport or storage. Grind glass down to sand or in a form for resale. Make it illegal or closely regulate a product that cannot be safely recycled or that is hazardous to the health of people, mammals, and the environment. How is the plan designed and why can it be adopted by any country? I watched world news and read articles on the stock market. I watched programs and read articles regarding underdeveloped countries and listened to podcasts on all of these topics. I listened to podcasts from philanthropists and what they had learned from their work in developing countries. I read articles on immigration, and the main reason for immigration is to live in a safe country and provide a better life for families. I kept in mind the people who there were no jobs for, and I kept thinking that every country, regardless of socioeconomic class, has a garbage and toxic waste issue. All of the positions will be trained for safe removal of all material, including dangerous material. All job sites will meet our international safety standards, so this will start their country's environmental standards and employee rights. Democracy around the world is at risk, and the world is at a crossroads. We can either strengthen it and build a better world for our people, or we can continue to do things like we are. Democratic countries need to band together to support and share one another so that we will not be at the mercy of China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, North Korea, Iran, etc., who are building a partnership of hate and who rule their people through violation of their citizens' human rights. Countries who treat their women as if they're less than and have dominion over their lives and choices are not countries I am interested in having any relations. I do not believe in their control and won't reward them by enriching their countries. Having lived as a woman in a democratic country, I would not wish communism or authoritarian government on my daughter or anyone else's daughters, wives, mothers, sisters, aunts, or nieces. This plan is designed for democratic countries to build a network of job sharing, technology, healthcare, and security so that our future generations of women and girls will be safe and secure in a healthy country.